Hello, this is Matt, and this is what casters don't usually record anything on the Saturday, but and I'm struggling a bit of the old cold, but I'm gonna do this because someone sent me something the other day. It looked quite interesting. I haven't looked at it, so I thought I'm just gonna react to it as I watch it. It is a guy called Geocentric Truth. He's put a video out. Will Duffy's 1 million con and flat Earth lies. So without further ado, let's get into it. There it is. It looks like it's from the final debate, which for some reason he's blurred out. And he's blurred out the name Will Duffy, and he's blurred out the logo for TFA. Completely normal behaviour. Let's check it out what he's got to say.
Geocentric Truth? Is that your name?
That's correct, bro.
Thank you for coming. Can you introduce yourself and let people know where to find you?
I'm on TikTok, Geocentric Truth.
TikTok, Geocentric Truth?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. I want to ask you a question. I'm going to share my screen, okay?
Hey, hold on. Before you share your screen and move on to anything else, can I share my screen and ask a question about the globe?
Not quite yet, no.
No, but can I?
Oh, yeah. What's wrong with that?
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to start by asking you a question.
Yeah, he does the zoom in there to show you how dishonest he is by not letting him completely hijack the platform that he's been invited onto. And he thinks that he's the one that should be able to just ignore the rules that Will set for this final debate, which he's blurred out because he doesn't want. I'm not sending him any traffic like anyone's bothered about you, mate.
From my list.
How long do I have to wait? How many questions does this have to be?
You only have to answer one question.
Cool.
By the way,
I think I've heard this bell end on TikTok, by the way. I don't interact with these people because, well, if they come into my live, I would. So Geocentric Truth, if you want to come into my live, I'll see you there.
your audio is low if you want to turn it up.
Is this better?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right, so give me a second to set this up here. Okay. All right, I didn't create it. I asked somebody to help me create this program here for the final debate, okay?
Right.
Imagine all this talk of VR. Have you ever put on like an Oculus or something?
Yep, I'm an animator in Blender.
Oh, I love it. Okay, you're the perfect guy for this. Okay, so imagine you put on the
I've just noticed he's blurred out the entire background of Will as well. Like he's blurred out all of the logos. I'm not letting anyone see his logos. Fucking hell.
VR goggles, and you're standing on a green ball. Okay, the ball just so happens to be 24,901 miles in circumference, so it matches the size of the Earth. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and now ask you, what would you do if you had to prove that you were standing on a ball? You know you're standing on a ball inside the VR because it's programmed.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
What would you do to prove you're standing on a ball?
I don't think there's any ways because what we observe in reality is just flat and motionless.
Well, hold on a second. This is virtual reality we're talking about, and you know the program is designed. You're actually standing on a ball, but it looks perfectly flat because the ball is so big.
Sure.
So you're tasked with showing the world that this is actually a ball. How would you do it?
I would make it because in virtual reality you can actually feel motion sickness and stuff like that. I would make it so I can feel motion sickness.
Okay,
So,
but
I don't feel any of that because I don't feel.
No, it's okay.
I cannot answer that question for you, but you're programmed, so you can.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty.
Yes.
The answer
Yeah, you're programmed, not like me. I've broken free of the matrix, and I know what's really going on. So the deflection there to all of this bollocks, because he knows what Will's getting at, and he cannot explain how you would determine whether this is flat or a sphere, because it's completely to scale. So he's got nothing to say about it. So he's trying to pretend that you would feel motion because you do when you put a VR headset on. Like somehow that's the same.
is you would try to get higher off the surface.
Sure.
Right? So there's a building that was programmed in here, and you could maybe go on top of the building, or you could maybe get into an airplane.
At 30,000 feet, that doesn't happen, Will Duffy.
Hold on a second. It does.
You just made the horizon curve.
Oh, Pilot LX. Let's see what this bellend does to say.
This is Pilot LX. Pilot LX came from Facebook. Here you can see his profile from Instagram, and I'm also going to show you pictures from Facebook. I want you to pay very close attention to what you can see here at 30,000 feet. The sun is large, but when it hits the horizon, it's very small. This is why they want you to do observations at 6 feet, because at 6 feet, you'll have all these kinds of atmospheric problems.
No, well, you do observations at 6 feet because that's the average height of someone. I'm not just picking a height. Yeah, just do it at 6 feet. No, it's if it's 6 feet, anyone can just do it. Pilot LX, by the way, sounds like a really trustworthy player. Will he not use his real name because otherwise they will fire him and he won't be allowed to be a pilot anymore because they don't want their pilots to let anyone into the deception.
That you would not encounter at 30,000 feet. During the pandemic, he was deplatformed a couple of times after 2018 when the US Congress decided to quote-unquote stop misinformation with the flat earth.
only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low-quality content and promoting more authoritative content, and the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope,
She just used it as an example. And by the way, like, I am very different to most of the people that these flat earthers deal with. I've been down all of these rabbit holes. I could probably tell these flat earthers more about their conspiracies that they believe than they already know. I did 5 years of a podcast about this sort of stuff. And the fact that what I will say is that when these big platforms do stop this content and they have these stupid meetings like this, they just fuel the fire. They're not really doing any good. They may as well just leave it and let it be debunked and let it be debated, rather than the way they take it all down and just make these truthers and these red-pilled people think that it's because they was about to expose the big lie and they had to take it down before the lie got exposed. It was a stupid move. They should never have done it.
it's not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
Once again, here's a breakdown
Right, what's this got to do with Will Duffy's fraud, by the way?
with all the sources on what happened to YouTube and Google, of course, because if Google is promoting a content and everybody gets to be linked to that content, that side of the topic is going to be more important than the other one, because the other topics that are more important, in our opinion, will be buried into the rubble. Being authoritative. So they did this censorship around 2018, and I'm not saying this specifically for Alex Jones or Flat Earth or maybe the facts, but somehow it happened
Oh, he didn't say the facts.
just around when they
He said something else.
started becoming authoritative. So Google has gotten an antitrust lawsuit case from 50 U.S. states, and it's about promoting bad content, and this is how they refer to it in the case, because every single post that is found when you search in Google is referred to as advertisement. And here's where it gets confusing, because you will think that, oh, because it's advertisement, it's just a company advertising. Well, hold on a second.
Why is he jumping in one of my ears, then the other, then the other? Well, can't this bloke sort his audio out?
Now think about this for a second. If a vaccine is promoted, even though it's not from a company, that is still a content. And this is how they confuse you. So when you look at the cases, it's about business advertisement, which is also nowadays thoughts of people and opinions, because science can pave their way with opinions with money nowadays. These search results has nothing to do with actual things like facts and flat earth or whatever. Well, if there's a site that's not putting money towards a post or an article, of course it's not going to be promoted, so it's going to be lowered in content. But since they started doing these draconian measurements in the Google search engines, I clearly asked Rock, when did this start? And it tells you clearly that it started after 2020, and
Yeah, he's not. I'm not going to disagree with anything he's saying here. I'm waiting for the Will Duffy expose, though. Like, I don't agree. Like, I get why they do it. Don't get me wrong. I get why, if something's misinformation and can cause harm, I get why they take it down. But I don't. But once it's already, the cat was already out of the bag, if you like. That people are not going to think, oh, it's taken down now, that means it wasn't true. They're just going to think that was definitely true, and then they're going to use it in their evidence, and it will just radicalize more people. It doesn't it doesn't achieve what they think it achieves.
ended at around 2023 when they supposedly settled a big case. So yeah, authoritative content. 30,000 feet up in the air, you cannot have any
Oh, back to Pilot LX, the trustworthy pilot.
of those thick, dense gases that will cause refraction, like you would have at the surface of the Earth, so you don't see the sunset big and beautiful, just like you would see it on the beach. This is his profile on Facebook. Here you have some pictures and videos also. He will show you some videos also that shows the altitude markings of the airplane. I think there's a couple of ones that shows 37,000 feet, and you can see that it's flat. There's...
What? There's sometimes depending on what's coming next, because that was looking like the predicted curve to me for that entire. I thought he was about to say this is a fisheye lens or something, but he's not. He's now saying this proves it's flat and drawn a line which clearly looks curved. Fucking hell's going on? What's coming next?
Sometimes, depending on the airplane, because the front cockpit windows are slanted in an angle, and sometimes you will get distortion when the guy would be holding the camera.
Yeah, distortion. It's funny that the distortion always goes like that, though, and the distortion always matches the curve
To the side, so a little bit rotated, and that's when you would get confusion. You would maybe not understand that there are effects that the cockpit glasses have on the camera.
Yeah, they've just got the glass in there to trick everyone. They put the curved glass in because people are thick as shit, obviously. If you're flat earther, you are anyway.
And this is also another beautiful picture.
The horizon is curved at 30,000
That's
feet.
completely wrong. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hold on.
So there's a guy called Dwayne Kellen that did 20 weather balloons. So you can go see him on YouTube if you want to. And you're going to see at 90,000 feet to 110,000 feet, it's flat still.
Okay.
With a fisheye lens.
By the way, do you want me to call you Geocentric Truth, or do you want me to call you by something else?
Doesn't matter, bro. You're irrelevant to me.
Okay, cool. So can I
See, Will Duffy trying to be polite. This is another thing that I always say. Doesn't matter how you talk to them. They talk to you like shit anyway. And then they cry when you talk to them like shit. The worst people. Will being completely polite. This bloke, I don't give a fuck what you call me because you're irrelevant.
Can I show you something cool about Dwayne Kellum?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to hit play. These are his thumbnails on his videos that he chose. What do you see?
Wow. Are you sure you're working by yourself?
There are a lot of high-altitude videos on YouTube that were shot with a wide-angle lens. The wide-angle lenses produce a distorted view of the objects recorded by the camera. This type of distortion is commonly known as barrel distortion. Some people use editing software to remove this distortion. When the video is corrected with editing software, it's often brought to zero distortion. But I don't know of any board camera that...
What's the point in any of this? It's a fisheye lens. It can go convex, concave, and flat as it bounces around. Everybody knows this. I'm still waiting on flat earth proof with a rectilinear lens on a high altitude balloon or rocket or something. Never seen it.
can take a picture or a video with zero distortion. Wide-angle lenses distort the image more than rectilinear lenses, and most people think that rectilinear lenses have zero distortion, but this is not true. Some
Down the middle they fucking do.
people say that the lenses I use on my cameras are rectilinear, but I question that. I would say that they are low distortion lenses.
No, they're rectilinear. I've spoke to many, see, because I did my own research. I've spoken to many professional photographers that clarify this. There's still minimal distortion around the top and the bottom if it's moving around. Minimal though, but across the center, none.
But for the sake of argument, I'll call them rectilinear. The lenses I use have a distortion rate between 1 and 2%, above and below zero, with zero being no distortion. 1 to 2% is a small amount of distortion, and it's hardly noticeable when the object recorded
How desperate is this, by the way? Yeah, you might see a curve because it's distortion.
by the camera is small and close to the camera. It is easier to see
Where's the curve? Where's the curve? There it is. I don't believe it. That's distortion.
the 1 to 2% distortion on a much larger and further back horizon. The bending distortion, also known as barrel distortion, is present in all lenses, even rectilinear lenses. The difference is you would have to have a much wider and longer shot to see the distortion with a rectilinear lens.
Here I will leave something for you to think about. When somebody's manufacturing a lens, the manufacturer is not going to be making this lens especially for a weather balloon. These lenses, of course, in my opinion, are lenses that are designed for filming off an airplane that would be maybe, I don't know, 200 miles or somewhat miles away that you can see, or maybe from a mountain. Like,
No, because because everyone knows we live on a fucking globe. People are not going to make cameras. Oh, this one will definitely show the curvature of the Earth. This one won't. Let's pick the lenses based on what these fucking dickheads would believe. Nothing, by the way. Like, you could literally get the straightest, most clearest lens and say, get all of the experts to say there's zero distortion on this lens, zero, and they would still say no, it's still the lens that's doing that. So what's the fucking point in trying to, where is the con, where is the 1 million con? I'm still fucking waiting.
what do we use the GoPro Hero cameras for? But not for 400 to 500 miles away. So the percentage that these manufacturers put on the lens is an average for people that are seeing maybe in between 0 to 250 miles away or 150 miles away. 250 miles away is already very far, but 100 miles away. Not 400 to 500 miles away. So think about that.
Yeah, I didn't change my mind.
There's always going to be distortion in lenses.
Yes, sir.
That was very quick, Will Duffy.
I
Are you sure Max Twin is not working in the background, or CIA or anything like that is working in the background for you?
Well, is there a reason you don't want to answer the question?
Now he's blurring Will out. He's blurring Will's face out completely now. If you look down there, it's getting more and more blurred. Eventually, there'll be everything on the screen will be blurred other than this bloke.
Bro, that he put on
Geocentric bullshit.
his video. What do you see?
That's not his thumbnail.
Okay, everybody can go look at his channel right now.
You know what a thumbnail is?
Yes, I screenshotted this.
For a second there, when he caught me off guard, I was confused. But if you look at his profile pic, yes, look at that map. It's a flat Earth map. And he explains barrel distortion and everything. So, Will...
Yeah, but I don't think he ever said that Dwayne Kellum wasn't a flat earther, did he? I mean, I don't know if he did. I don't know this bloke, but he was just used saying this is his thumbnail.
Duffy is a cherry-picking liar.
So you're not going to address the thumbnails then? You're just going to show the logo?
Yesterday, this is
And then call someone else a cherry-picking liar?
his thumbnail.
From a video, yeah.
And guess what? He chose the thumbnail.
Okay.
And you see curvature. So the very person you brought up proves
So how high
curvature.
is that, Will Duffy?
102,000 feet.
Exactly.
So there's curvature.
You don't see it. You don't see it off an airplane. No, there's no curvature, bro.
Well, there's very little curvature.
Exactly. He's looking at curvature. And I mean, I don't know what lens that is. I haven't looked at these videos, but, you know, Will's pretty thorough usually.
In an airplane, the reason you don't see it is because of clouds and atmosphere.
Right.
But anyway, this is important. I want to see how honest you can be right now. You brought up Dwayne Kellum. Dwayne Kellum's own thumbnail that he chose shows curvature.
Sure.
So we live on a globe.
Yeah. Now, can I present a big possible failure for the globe?
No, but you
Why not?
Quick move on, quick move on. This is quite embarrassing that he's sharing this as his evidence when he's being made a fool of on a debate.
Duffy?
Because you can now, if you'd like, the next section is you can make a case for flat Earth.
Oh, here you go. This is what you do, bro. So nobody that's coming here that you know that probably has a potential to debunk you cannot talk about the globe. Is this how you protect your indoctrination?
No, it is not. Listen, you
Look at the ridiculous blurring. What the fuck is he doing? Oh, I'm not going to promote him in any way. Grow up, for fuck's sake.
guys
Well, I
don't.
asked you a question, Duffy.
Yes,
I asked you a question. Can I show you a problem with the globe?
not right now.
This is the typical TikTok flat earther, by the way. They just want to talk. Where he's struggling here is he's usually got a room full of people talking with him, all talking over the one person they've selected to bully that day. And because they're all fucking cowards. And they just shout over people. And if the person ever makes a decent point, they get kicked. And if they make a half decent point, they get muted. And then everybody shouts over them and calls them all sorts of names. And then if the person eventually the person will either leave and they'll declare victory, or they will kick the person, pretend they made the person leave when everyone saw them kick them, and then declare victory.
Why not, Duffy? You said after one question.
If the globe
He's struggling because he hasn't got his mates with him, so there's only one voice talking over Will.
doesn't exist,
Bro, everybody
And he's not winding him up either. It's not getting to him.
knows that he owes about like $700,000 with the FCC and they're behind you. Okay.
So let me introduce you to the real Will Duffy. Right here you can see his LinkedIn page where he is retired as a investment broker advisor, and he works with the company Lone Tree. That's him right there, clearly. And he has about 500 plus connections, so this is...
To me, this is really funny when they do this. I don't know the bloke. I've spoken to him twice. But whoever he is or whatever he is does not change the shape of the earth, does it? Everybody that went with him saw the circling sun in the south. So even if he's the biggest con artist ever, how much did he pay the sun to do that?
It's not a fake profile. This is a law firm company in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, that is taking the lawsuit cases against Will Duffy for the people that are suing him. So you can see that it's linked to Mr. William Duffy. He has some...
What's his name? Oh, this bloke is Inspector Gadget. This bloke. He's figured out that Will stands for William. He's really done his research. Yeah.
books written, and he worked at a couple of previous other firms. And his second name is Christopher, so you can see it's William Christopher Duffy. He works with the company
Damn,
Lone
he's
Tree.
found out his middle name.
Duffy can be sued by the FINRA, sanctioned by the FINRA, not yet. Highest settlement $225,000. Did he lose money with William Duffy as a stockbroker? There's $600,000 in pending lawsuits. Now I will go to Grok, which it compiles information faster. I guess literally what I want to, and it's very accurate.
Hang on.
Go read it first.
This weird that he's using Grok, because every flat earther I've ever seen on X which uses Grok always disagrees with Grok, because Grok says that we live on a sphere. So they hate Grok on there and claim that it's a tool of them to trick people. But he's going to use Grok now as evidence.
Pause the screen and read it for yourself. I'm not going to make any claims about this, but this is where I don't mess around. Now, I said FCC. I take that back. It's not with the
I'm not messing around.
FCC. It's with FINRA. So I did make a mistake on that, but I wasn't wrong on the $750,000. It's even worse. It's $1 million. So that's pending lawsuits. But yeah, he is in a big financial problem. That is a fact. And what I told him is what I believe exactly what.
Can't be in that much of a financial problem because he just paid for a load of people to go to Antarctica to make you look like a prick. And it worked, because here you are going to all this effort to pretend you don't look like a prick. You still look like a prick.
He wants to do is that he wants to make content to sell to the mainstream media, of course, defending his elites friends and trying to save the globe model, because there's a big secret with the globe model, and in my personal opinion, there's land beyond the southern 80th latitude. And
I really couldn't give a fuck about the globe model. People going, you just want to save your model. I couldn't care less. Doesn't bother me. And we live on a globe. There's no argument about it. I just enjoy laughing at stupid people that cling to ridiculousness because they think it makes them look less stupid. It doesn't.
probably his elitist friends are the ones that live over there beyond secret cities, and this is why this goes.
He's got friends beyond the wall in the secret cities. The wall that holds in all the gas pressure, the ice wall, not the ice wall, the dome. But he's got friends that live beyond that. How would he ever get to his friends then? Is there a secret ice dome wall with a door in it? Is there a secret door in the dome that he can walk through where the gas pressure doesn't rush out of the door when he opens it.
Was so deep, and this is how he had so many connections to Antarctica, doing Wi-Fi for the first time in Antarctica, live streaming specifically, live streaming. So he was connected to Elon Musk in order to make that happen.
Yeah, he was connected directly to Elon Musk for that. I remember.
There's a lot more.
I remember seeing Musk talking about this all the time. He never mentioned it, I don't think once. Did he? Maybe he did. Before a flat earther goes, this bloke says he didn't, and here's a post that he made once.
With that goes along the line, but that's for a separate video for another day.
They're trying to make some crazy Ponzi fucking video to sell to the mainstream media in order for you to get your data
The way they get so angry cracks me up. You're trying to do this, you're trying to do it. Oh, fuck off, mate. Jesus, get a life.
back paid.
Am I
Everybody
hearing?
knows that shit, bro.
Am I hearing correctly that you cannot make a case for flat Earth?
Bro, man to man, I asked you, can I present my problem of the globe that I have right here? And you said no because you understood that I can screw you over, but
That is
you're
not.
allowing me to do it.
That's not.
So next time you see this crook, this criminal that is trying to debunk flat Earth for the second time, think about all the information I just given you right here and reshare this. Like it and reshare this. I win absolutely zero money with this, and it's not even in my favor. It's in favor for humanity and the lies that this guy is perpetrating. He never came from a church. It was all fake. Because you can clearly see in the videos that he has that he was standing by, the first videos that he has, that he was standing by himself and supposedly preaching the Bible. And then after the whole TFE and after everybody were saying that, hey man, there's...
Fuck the Bible. Religion's bollocks. Who cares? Some people believe in it. It's kinda harmless. I guess that's where... no, actually, I was about to say that's where me and Flat Earthers align. But then most of them are religious, so no, we don't align.
Everybody that films in a church normally interacts with its people, and people found it suspicious. After that, he started making videos in his crowd, so it's all fake. All of it is fake. That he's
It's just all fake. And if I keep doing this ridiculous thing that jumps his face forward and goes back again, it's definitely going to drill it in that it's all fake, because that's like some proper editing shit going on there.
Showing you right here. He created a character that supposedly comes from God, and
create a character. He never existed before this bloke, even though he just pulled up his entire history.
He's literally the devil in my person.
There you go. He's literally the devil. What do you think about this video? Has he debunked it? Do you still believe TFE after watching that devastating expose? Let me know. Please subscribe. Please follow. Please like. Please share. Please comment. Some of the dickhead flat earthers that are in the comments, please continue to do that. Julianne, or whatever your name is on your 52 million accounts, jump in again and comment, because it always helps. You idiots help me. See you later.